guys, today I am going to start a new book called Ramayana. Now let's read the first chapter. It will be many chapters, like it will be 19 chapters, guys. We will continue till 19 chapter. First, let's start the first chapter. Let's talk about the characters. Dasharatha, Rama, Lakshman, Sita, Vashita, Ravana, Hanuman, Vibhishan. Okay. First chapter name is Joy in Ayodhya. The Solar dynasty, one of the oldest families of India, is so old that the sun god Surya is their original ancestor. King Dasharatha belonged to this dynasty and ruled the kingdom of Kosala. But all his wealth could not buy him happiness, the happiness of having a child, and so King Dasharatha lived a sad life. One day, Guru Vashitha suggested that he organize a sacrifice to please the gods, who would then bless him with a child. With the blessings of his guru, King Dasharatha successfully completed the grandest of all sacrifices. The fire blazing from the sacrifice was sky high, prompting the demigods to step down and accept the offerings. Soon after that, a celestial being appeared. King Dasharatha was super excited. Although he was 60,000 years old, he had never felt younger. Standing before him was a divine being sent from the higher planets to fulfill his long cherished dream of becoming a father. The mountainous figure was dressed in red and black, with a mane like that of a lion. Decorated with ornaments, he appeared as effulgent as the sun. He held in his hand a golden pot that dazzled more than him. It was so precious that he kept it close to his heart and approached the European king. Dasharatha felt tingling excitement as he stood nervously like a small child waiting for a sweet. In a thumping voice, the celestial being informed King Dasharatha that the sacrifice had been successful. Handing over the radiant pot to the nervous king, he said, "Divide the nectar among your three queens." And he disappeared as quickly as he had appeared. King Dasharatha felt like he had received the wealth of the entire world. He was holding not nectar, but all his hopes and dreams. He gave half of it to Kaushalya, his first wife, who drank it immediately. A quarter went to Kaigai, his most beautiful wife, who also drank it eagerly. Half of the remainder he gave to Sumitra, being extremely virtuous and pious. Sumitra held the heavenly portion in her hands prayerfully. There was still some nectar in the pot, and after much deliberation, the king gave it to Sumitra. Filled with gratitude, Sumitra poured the double portions into her mouth, savoring the unique mana. As soon as the three queens devoured the nectar, their bodies began to glow, and they continued to glow for 12 months till it was time to give birth. After 12 months, the three queens would finally fulfill the king's dreams. The first to give the first to give birth was Kaushalya in the month of Chaitra, April. On the ninth day of waxing moon at noon, Dasharatha nearly fainted with excitement when he saw the baby, soft as a petal, none other than the Lord himself. He was totally mesmerized by the baby's moon-like face, lotus eyes, and rounded cheeks. And would you believe it? Would you believe it, guys? A light green translucent body. The world around him melted when he held the baby dearly in his arms. He was transported to another world where nothing else existed, only him and his precious babies. In the next morning, Kaigai gave birth to her child, and by noon, Sumitra was a mother of twins. Remember, she had consumed 2% of the nectar. Nothing could stop the people of Ayodhya from celebrating now, for they were welcoming the arrival of not one but fourth princess. Never had they experienced so much joy, so much fulfillment, and so much peace. They sang, they danced, they showered flowers on each other. King Dasharatha in turn announced that there would be no tax collection for 7 years. He opened his treasury to all, giving away gems and jewels as gifts. For King Dasharatha, celebration meant making his subjects happy. Distributing joy was a sure way of welcoming auspicious. On the 11th day, sage Vashitha came to the palace for the naming ceremony. Rama, the name sprung to his lips when he saw Kaushalya's son. Rama means one who gives pleasure. Did he not give pleasure to not just one family, but to every family in the vast kingdom of Ayodhya? Kaigai's son was
കുടിച്ചിട്ട് വെച്ചോ
named
ആരാത്
eh,
ആരാത്
the kingdom of Ayodhya. Kaigai's son was named Bharat, one who has a big burden on his head, or rather, one who has infinite capacity to take responsibility of a heavy burden without thinking of himself. Sumitra's twins were named Lakshman and Shatrughna. Lakshman comes from the root word Lakshmi, which means wealth. Lakshman desired not money, but the wealth of being serviced to Rama, and Shatrughna means one who conquers enemies. One day the four children were crying in their cradles. Their cries had brought the entire palace to a standstill. The mothers tried everything to pacify them, but no one could decipher why the four were continuously crying together. Finally, sage Vashitha was called to help them out. The sage came and surveyed the situation. Rama was in one cradle, Bharat in another, Lakshman next to them, followed by Shatrughna in the last cradle. The wise sage shuffled the cradles so that Lakshman's cradle was next to Rama's and Bharat's cradle was next to Shatrugna's. As soon as he did this, the crying abated. However, they were still crying, so he lifted Lakshman and put him in Rama's cradle. Similarly, he lifted Shatrugna and put him in Bharat's cradle. The children clung to each other and started smiling. Everyone was shocked to see the love between the brothers. Such a beautiful bond. The mothers continued to use this magical formula whenever the kids cried. Growing up, Rama and Lakshman were inseparable, as were Bharat and Shatrugna. Rama refused to eat or sleep unless Lakshman was there, and whenever Rama went somewhere, Lakshman ran behind him. Soon it was time to enroll in them in sage Vashikta's ashram for their schooling. King Dasharatha went and dropped them there with a heavy heart. The four boys began learn the basics. Rama was such a natural witch with his bow and arrow that they seemed like an extension of his limbs. He could also ride elephants, horses, and chariots with great expertise. He put in his heart and soul in learning whatever was being taught to him. The brothers frequently visited sages and sat at their feet, learning the scriptures. Their goal was to ultimately serve society to the best of their abilities. Guys, this is the first chapter of the story. Now bye guys, let's see next video and subscribe our YouTube channel and wait for the second chapter. Bye.